Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our contestants for tonight's show, Wild or Mild. Our first contestant, she likes drinking wine so she can understand humans better. Introducing Carrie from Scottsdale, Arizona. Our next contestant likes drinking wine because she says it gives her superpowers. Introducing Rosemary from Sedona, Arizona. Our next contestant likes drinking wine because it helps her escape this dimension. Introducing Mallory from Winslow, Arizona. Our next contestant likes drinking wine because he likes to rock out with his cock out. Introducing Crane from Phoenix, Arizona. Our next contestant likes drinking wine because she says she likes the way it smells, tastes, and feels. Introducing Jess from Mescal, Arizona. Our final contestant likes drinking wine because she says it helps her control her anger issues. Introducing Annabelle from Tucson, Arizona. Each contestant will start by telling you their wildest wine stories while they drink the wine throughout the show. In round 2, they will have the opportunity to debate their opponents with a challenge token. But they must choose wisely. They will each only have 2 tokens, and can only ask 1 question or make 1 comment per token. In round 3, our scapegoats will join us to help you at home decide who is wild and who is mild. And they are bringing prizes for our lucky winners. And now, it's time for round 1.
So I'm at this nightclub enjoying a fine glass of wine with a friend when these people talked me into taking a shot. I ended up losing my shoe on the dance floor that night, and I got so shit-faced that my friend had to call me a cab. When I got home, I realized I didn't have my garage door opener, so I stumbled around my house trying to find an unlocked window. I was so hungover the next day, I couldn't get off the couch. And when the sun came through the window just right, it looked like aliens had tried to break in my house. The fingers from the handprints on the windows were 3 times the size as human fingers. Anyway, it took me a few days to realize those were just my drunk fingers.
Okay.
Oh, well, thank you, Carrie. Next, we have Rosemary's story.
Have you guys ever heard of having a spiritual awakening? One day I went to see my friend at this spiritual retreat, but at the time I didn't know that it was anything other than a house. We were just sitting there, drinking wine, and having a good old time. And then all of a sudden, I just felt this incredible energy just explode through my body. It was like this enhanced feeling of peace that was just bursting with energy. It was really strange. It started in my asshole area. After that happened, I started to discover my superpowers.
Now that is some next level bullshit.
Okay, everybody, let's try to hold our comments until round 2. Next up, we have Mallory's story.
Well, this one night, I was hanging out down at the old morgue, drinking some wine, and playing Cards Against Humanity with a group of friends.
In the morgue?
In the old morgue. Anyway, just as I had walked out of the room, someone had undone my necklace by the clasp, and it fell on the floor and it made a loud bang. At first, I thought the clasp broke, but it was so tight I couldn't even use it. When I put the necklace on, I have to put it on over my head. It had to have been someone from a different dimension, for sure.
That wasn't a wine story. That was a ghost story. And now, Crane's story. Well, I was at this concert with a couple of my buddies, drinking a glass of Pinot Grigio.
I call BS. I'm sorry, what do we say? Mild. Mild. Concert venues don't serve wine.
It was the shittiest glass of wine I ever had in my entire life, thank you very much. My buddy kept vanishing during the show. It was the strangest thing. And as I was choking down this awful glass of wine, these aliens just started coming out of nowhere. They were all dancing and making strange noises. And that's when I started to think I just might be tripping.
Wow, Crane. Looks like you just won the gold medal for being the most mild contestant on the board.
I'm telling you, Mallory, it was real. Jess, what's your story?
Well, a few years ago, Will and I were in Sonoyta drinking wine. When the wineries closed down, Will still wanted to drink more wine. He actually refused to come home with me that evening. 10 minutes after I walked through the door, my door opens. It was Will, and he looked like he just had his ass kicked by a cactus. And he had no recollection of how he got home that evening, and still doesn't to this very day. So the rumor is he caught a ride from a UFO.
Are you sure you're not stupid or something?
Yeah. I mean, nice try, Jess, but we all know you're on this alien kick right now and all.
And for our final story of the evening, Annabelle.
Well, there I was, hanging out in one of our local hole-in-the-wall wineries. Just shooting the shit with a friend, you know. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, there's just this loud, screeching, obnoxious yelling going on behind me. And that's when I realized, this bitch is yelling at me. She was accusing me of having some lesbian affair with her wife.
Well, were you? Aren't you married? Whore.
She isn't even my type. Not even if I were a lesbian, okay? And yes, I'm married.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause for our contestants as this concludes the first round. It's now time for our contestants to go grab another glass of wine before we proceed to round 2. Our first debate of round 2 goes to Carrie.
Okay, so both of my tokens are going to Mallory. Girl, who in the hell has parties up in the morgue? Also, I think your story is mild because necklaces don't make big, loud banging sounds when they fall.
My friends and I happen to hang out at the old morgue, and I really don't expect someone like you to comprehend that. My necklace, it just happens to be a rock, which makes a loud banging sound when it falls to the ground. I'm going all in with my coins. For that whore over there in the corner, you really need to go see like a Reiki artist or somebody that can clean up your aura a little bit because you've really got some bad vibes going on. Also, you know, there's no judgment here if you really are a lesbian, but you really shouldn't lead them on if you're not. I mean, that's just fucking wrong. And I don't cuss. And karma's gonna get you for that. Karma will get you.
Okay, this is bullshit. Okay, first of all, I didn't get to finish my story because some of y'all interrupted me. And what's up with your eyeballs? Too much aura smudging?
Yeah, so, Carrie, I just don't buy that you don't remember crawling through your window. It doesn't make sense why you would even think it's an alien.
Have you ever been to Bell Rock, Mallory? It's like one of the most popular UFO sites in the state of Arizona. I was literally there, like, just before this happened.
Hey, asshole energy. Eat too much Taco Bell? Did you happen to experience this enhanced feeling of relief on a commode that left you feeling in such a state of harmony?
Dude, Taco Bell is so bad for you. I only eat pure, organic foods. So, if I'm being real right now, I think all of you are mild. Crane, aliens don't go to concerts. They hang out in spaceships and in vineyards, all right? And Annabelle, if that really did happen, you just must be stupid or something.
Okay, Jess. Okay. No one has debated you yet. So these two are for you there, Space Invader. Have you ever heard of an Uber or a cab? And if all the wineries were closed, how was he still drinking wine?
Well, actually, I had his phone. By accident. He left it in our car. I drove home, and we live almost an hour away from Sonoyta. We don't know anyone in that area. And besides, the restaurant wasn't closed. He was still drinking wine there.
For round 3, our first scapegoat comes from the unconscious dimensions of the Verde Valley. He enjoys hanging out in dark spaces, drinking wine with tourists, and turning skeptics into believers. He has sponsored a $50 gift card from Giftly to Merkin Vineyards in Scottsdale. He says the wine is pretty fine, but you must try the food. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Manoa Hofpar.
Wow, I really didn't expect everybody to be so feisty, Herman. My wild vote definitely goes to Carrie. Not that she's wild. I really don't think that girl has any experience outside of the nightclub, if you know what I'm saying.
Okay, so is that your final answer, Manoa?
Yep, that's my final answer.
Our next scapegoat comes from the vineyards of Wilcox. He enjoys drinking wine and human watching. He says, taste the wine, eat the food, and don't fuck with Manoa. He has sponsored a $50 gift card from Gift Rocket to Pillsbury Wine Company's tasting room in Cottonwood, Arizona. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a nice warm welcome to Willie.
Thanks, Herman. It's great to be here. My wild vote goes to Jess, because I'm the one who took Will home that night. And she's right. I mean, I like hovering over the vineyard in my spaceship. It's one of my favorite things to do while I'm human watching.
And is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
Ladies and gentlemen, our online voting booths are now open. head to our website at www.wildwestcandleco.com/vote and tell us who you think is wild or mild for your chance to win $100 in local wine gift certificates. Light up your wild side. Will your experience be wild, or will it be